Okay, we're here doing some practice finding equivalent resistance for each set of resistors. I put a battery in here, but it doesn't really matter. We're just looking for the equivalent resistance. We don't care about the current or anything, so it doesn't really matter what the voltage is. So we'll start with this one first, and what I'll do is break it down, break down any simple series or parallel that I have first, and then go from there. So here, these two are in simple series. So just their resistance of the two of them together is just the sum of those resistances, 400 ohms. And these two are also in simple series, so I could make those 1.1 kilo ohms because it's just the sum of the resistances if they're in series. So now I've already made a couple of simplifications, so I'm going to redraw this, make this a little easier. So I replace those two with 1, I replace these two with 1. Okay, so that one's 400 ohms. This one's 330 ohms. And this one is 1.1 kilo ohms. So these two are in a simple parallel. So 1 over the equivalent resistance of those two is 1 over 400 ohms plus 1 over 330 ohms. So Req is 1 over 400 ohms plus 1 over 330 ohms inverse, which is 180.8 ohms. And then that would be in simple series with this 1100 ohm. So these two together will be 1281 ohms for all. That's them now, all of them. We've broken them down into a single resistor. Over here, we have again a simple series. These two are 400 ohms. And now these three branches are in parallel. So 1 over the Req for those three branches would be 1 over 400 ohms plus 1 over 330 ohms plus 1 over 1000 ohms. Alright, so Req is all of that to the negative 1. Which would be 153 ohms. Now that would be in series with this last resistor. So this 153 ohm resistor can replace all four of these, giving us the same current draw, total current draw we had before. So 153 ohms for these in series with the 100 ohms. So the total Req is 253 ohms. Alright, we'll scroll down now and pick up the last two. Alright, here we have a simple parallel. So Req for that is 1 over 470 ohms plus 1 over 680 ohms. Inverse, so just doing the same sort of solving that I did above. That would be 278 ohms. So I can replace these two with a single 278 ohm resistor. Now I have three in parallel, so my total Req is 2200 ohms plus 278 ohms plus 500 ohms, which is 2978 ohms. Over here, I have two simple parallel sets, so I'll do the same sort of solving I did there. Req1 is 1 over 2200 ohms plus 1 over 500 ohms. Inverse. The second one, same deal, 470 ohms plus 1 over 680 ohms. This one's 407 ohms. And this one we already did over here. It's 278 ohms. So together the total Req is just those two in series. 685 ohms for that whole collection.